Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. So today we'll be taking you through the journey of our goat farming and how we are addressing the issue of fodder. As I had mentioned in a previous video, we keep goat dairy, or we do goat dairy. So the goats are meant to provide milk, but also as a bonus they provide manure for purposes of the farm. So today I'll be showing you how we are addressing the challenge of fodder in terms of a consistent source of good nutritious food for the goats. So come along, let's learn together. So for the longest time we had been relying on what I would call the widely growing grass in the farm. We had once planted some Sudan grass, which you can see under the mango trees, but over time we realized that is not sufficient. So yeah, let's see what else we've done around the farm for the fodder. So one of the sources that we use is napier grass. So we did napier grass along the ridges that are used to control the soil erosion. So we planted this napier grass quite a while back. This is the regular napier grass, though we are looking to upgrade this to the pak chong. So on top of the napier grass we also did sweet potato vines in between the bananas. So this was a double activity. It is meant to provide fodder for the sheep, and as well, and it's a source of income. The sweet potatoes are a source of income. So this is actually the second plant of the sweet potatoes. We had these on the two plantain blocks. Both had sweet potato vines, so that has really supplemented our fodder for the sheep and the goats, because as you notice we keep both sheep and goats. So we have sweet potato vines running through the entire plantain section. The third thing that we also trying to increase within the farm is what I would call the wild growing fruits. Not fruits exactly, more like shrubs for the sheep and the goats. So the goats really love this plant, so we are growing a bit of that. We're also growing lucerne. So you can see there's some lucerne here, but you'll see another section where the lucerne looks better kept. So we're also doing quite a bit of lucerne around the farm. So we've also planted moringa trees. So these moringa trees are also meant to supplement fodder for the sheep and the goats. So I think the most important thing, as mentioned, is the aspect of variety, because it's important to have a bit of variety around what you are doing. So here we have more lucerne. As I mentioned, we have done lucerne again as part of the fodder for the sheep and the goats. We've also planted desmodium. All these are nitrogen rich crops, nitrogen fixing crops, but are also very rich in protein. So all this is meant to ensure that the goats have good food, but also they helped in improving the soil around the farm. As I mentioned, we have napier across the farm. So this mixture helps at least to ensure that there's some bit of variety in terms of food for the goats. So we also planted coriander trees. As you can see, they run along this fence. And I'll give a very interesting story about the coriander, because initially I had planted another plant which I thought was coriander, but apparently it was a totally different plant. It has very close resemblance to the coriander, but apparently what I came to later learn, it has an ingredient within it that is actually not very, very friendly to both sheep and goats. The interesting thing is that the calendula plant is very hard to propagate. You know, you will not easily be able to find this plant, you know, growing wildly. Now, the other plant which I had assumed, and all this is calendula that we have growing along this line, seems one that seems to have gotten broken. I hope that will sprout. So yeah, so now here is an example of what I thought was calendula, and maybe for the benefit of those of us, and I think it's also growing in a big scale here. So maybe I may be of help to someone today to help them realize the difference. So if you look at the leaf structure of this plant, I'll check the name and put it in the comments. Maybe if you know the name of the plant, I'm trying to get an angle. So this is what initially I had planted, thinking it's calendula. You can see the leaf structure. We have leaves coming from the main stem or branch, and then branching out. So this is how calendula looks. If you look at the leaf structure, it's quite different. It's totally different. So I think maybe it's also important, maybe for anyone who might be. So we did calendula all along this this plant. Sorry, not all along this as a fence plant. So we have them growing all along here. So we also growing sunflower. You can see sunflower growing here. So we also use the sunflower seeds for the goats again as a source of protein for the goats. You know, they really love the sunflower. The other one that we have now coming up, you can see sprouting here, is the mulberry. So we've grown quite a bit of mulberry.